Boy, we're being tough on Northwest.
Yeah. Easy now.
Welcome, everybody. If you haven't helped yourself to the coffee, water, and/or treats, don't feel shy about going back and getting some. With that, I'll introduce our speaker today. Terri Krolikowski with Ideal Health is our speaker and sponsor today. She is a Focus Suite tenant. Her office is around the corner, and I'm going to let Perk tell you.
And I am from North Platte and graduated with Rich, so just FYI. Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. It's really good to see everybody, and I'm really happy to share my business with you. To give you a little bit of background about how I got started and who I am, I grew up in a very entrepreneurial family. My father started his business in 1969 and successfully opened 4 more other businesses. And so I know what entrepreneurship is about. I've been a healthcare management consultant in the chiropractic field, traveling all over the United States. My locations were Philly, Chicago, and LA. And I also was an educational career consultant through a 2-year business college, going to all the high schools throughout Nebraska and teaching kids how to budget, dress for success, senioritis, because that's really rampant right now, those different things. And I also was a vice president of an entrepreneurship camp through a company in Chamblee, Georgia. So that's a little bit of my background. My formal education is I had 1 year of college and then I got married and had children. So on-the-job training has been the rest of my education. And the School of Hard Knocks, and I excel in that area. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. How I got started in the Ideal Protein industry is, and I have a beautiful visual for you today. This is 5 pounds of fat. Yeah, now that you've had your treats, I know that's really disgusting, but if you want to pass it around, that's 5 pounds of fat. How I got started in the Ideal Protein business is I am a heart patient from birth. At age 10, I had open heart surgery where I had a hole as big as a 50-cent piece that the doctors went in and sewed up. And back in the day, that was really risky. Now today, you go in, you get out the next day, and it's not a big deal. But it was a very risky process. I had it at UNMC in Omaha and got a clean bill of health. So fast forward, life gets in the way, you start getting stressed. In the year 2000, I went through lots of stress where I lost my grandmother, who was my mentor and my role model. I had some job stress. Anyway, lots of stress came on, and with stress, you tend to eat. And when you eat, you tend to put on weight. And it just kept snowballing. In 2006, my father-in-law went out to mow the lawn and died out on the yard from a heart attack. 2 weeks later, my middle grandson was born, and he had heart issues and was life-flighted to Children's Hospital. So in 2007, with all this stress coming on, my poor eating habits, everything, I ended up with atrial fib, where I had to have my heart shocked back into place. And I was put on a cocktail of medications. I don't like medications. I don't think they're healthy, and it just was very not advantageous for me to have them. So my cardiologist and my pulmonologist said, you know, you need to lose some weight. And people would look at me and say, I don't think you're really that heavy, but because of my height, I could carry more weight. And he suggested, I would suggest that you lose some weight. I don't like diets, never heard of diets, never had been on a diet, but I went to a family gathering in 2011, and my sister-in-law had been on this program called Ideal Protein. I had no idea what it was, where it was, had originated from, that sort of thing. And so I asked her about it, and I looked up to see if there was a location here in Lincoln that had one, and lo and behold, there was. And it was through a chiropractor, which was a win-win for me because I'm a strong believer in natural health and chiropractic. So I went to the chiropractor, I got on the program, and in 6 months I lost 65 pounds being on this Ideal Protein weight loss program. And I felt so passionate about it. I had been working at the university when I was on this program. And I had gotten ripped from my job, and he had also lost his front desk girl. And I said, you need to hire me. And he was kind of like, whoa, that's kind of intense. I said, I'm passionate about this. So honestly, you need to hire me. I will do this for you. And so he did, and I was there for 5 years. And because I'm passionate, because I want to get the word out, because I really care about health, I decided last March to go out on my own. And I joined a chiropractic clinic for a few months, and he joined another chiropractic clinic, so it left me kind of out on the streets. One of my very good friends told me about SCC Focus Suites and that I should look into it. And so I did, and here I am. So I have been here a little over a year, running my Ideal Health program, and it's been just a blessing all the way around. I can't tell you how pleased I am. Ideal Protein started in France by a doctor named Dr. Tran. He partnered with a gentleman who was a French chef by the name of Olivier Benloulou, and he is now the CEO of Ideal Protein. You won't hear this advertised, you won't see advertisements for it, because Ideal Protein feels that each one of the clients who lose weight and get healthy, people are asking, what did you do? What's going on? Are you sick? And we don't have to advertise, and they don't want us to advertise. So that is another blessing why I'm here in the Focus Suites, because I don't do any advertising. I put a little blurb in the paper last week announcing this, but aside from that, I don't do any sort of advertising except putting social media stuff out there. So to get to the Ideal Protein, the crux of it, what you do is you go into ketosis. It's a ketogenic diet, and you may have heard this through other diet plans. Everybody loses weight differently. Everybody is motivated differently. For me, I wanted it to be natural. On this program, you cannot exercise. For me, that was a bonus. I hate to exercise. My husband loves to exercise, and that's the way he gets rid of his stress and whatnot, but I hate to exercise. So I thought, hey, this is awesome. So I went in and I started the program, and like I said, lost 65 pounds. There's a handout in the back. Because of time restraints, I can't go through everything about our program, but I do have weekly seminars, which I go through this whole process here about Ideal Health. I can answer any of your questions, but I will tell you that we are designed as a triangle. As you will see, wellness, mental, spiritual, and emotional. So if you're out of whack, if you're emotionally out of whack, that affects the other areas of your life. If you're stressed, you'll eat, and when you eat, you gain weight, so it's kind of a vicious cycle. So that's what I'm very passionate about, educating my people. You have to look at yourself and say, what is my why? Why do I do things? And for me, mine was to get my heart healthy again and to stay off all the meds. So that is why I did the Ideal Protein. Knowledge is power, and that's really important. In your handout, you will see this was my why. This was my before and after picture. This is what I looked like before. This is what I look like after. In the 5 years, now 6 years that I have been an Ideal Protein coach, we've lost over 2,000 pounds. And these are people who have had diabetes, who have had multiple sclerosis, who have had cancers. All of these things affect you when you are not healthy. And so over 2,000 pounds have been lost, and I have my wall of fame in my office as well, showing some of my people who have really done well on this program. When you look at diet and health, it's important to know what the difference is between diet and health, because you throw those two words around all the time. I'm on a diet, or I'm healthy. Diet focuses on your food as an enemy, that you have bad habits, things you are doing temporarily, things you don't like about yourself. You focus on the scale, and you see that there's a finish line on the diet. Now, our protocol is a 4-phase protocol, and you stay on phase 1 until you reach your goal. And then we phase you off, because to just quit a diet is not healthy for your body. So on phase 2, We add foods back in. On phase 3, you add foods back in, and phase 4 is maintenance. And by that time, hopefully you have learned how to eat healthy, what to eat together, and that sort of thing. I'm really happy about this program because there's educational tools beyond what I can tell you every week as your coach. You will get a daily video from Ideal Protein. We have social media that supports you with Ideal Phase 1 coaching. We do have a gal that did the Ideal Protein program, and she's a chef. She was a size 24. She went on this program, and she's now a size 2, and she put out a cookbook with all the Ideal Protein foods and what you should eat and what is healthy. You know, if you don't have the extra weight on you, your knees don't hurt, your back doesn't hurt, your body doesn't hurt as much. And so getting the weight off is really important. There's a orthopedic doctor in Hastings that he makes every single patient before he does surgery, he makes his patient go on Ideal Protein to get some of the weight off and to be healthy. And even if you don't consider yourself overweight, it's important to be clean. It's important to feel clean. And if you don't know that feeling, you're sluggish, those sort of things. So when you focus on health, you focus on food being your fuel. You have good habits. These are things you're doing for a lifetime. Even if you're starting now, and I'm almost 59 years old, I started late in life. I was really skinny growing up, so I didn't have a weight problem, and I didn't understand really about weight and weight issues. But it's never too late to start, ever. Also, health are things that you want for yourself. I have 4 grandkids. I didn't want to be known as the grandmother that sat on the couch and her kid didn't play with their grandkids. I want to be active with my grandkids. I want to be around for my grandkids. And so it's the daily choices that you make of what you put in your body, and it's a lifelong journey. So that is the difference between diet and health. There's always strategies and procedures for the Ideal Protein protocol. Like I said, education is number 1. It is the key to achieving your success and your why. Knowing what your BMI is. How many of you know what your BMI is? That's really, really important. We tend to focus on, I weigh X amount of pounds, but it's really the BMI that's most important, and your doctor should be focusing on that. We have a 4-step protocol. We have daily coaching and educational videos. We have a weigh-in once a week and 24/7 support. I'm there all the time, not at 2 o'clock in the morning if you're ready to eat a pizza or anything, but I'm here for you as your coach if you have any questions. There's meal planning and everything, and educational workshops as well. So that's kind of what the strategies and procedures are for the Ideal Protein plan. And if you don't know your BMI, I would definitely look that number up and find out, and I can help you with that. Any questions so far about that? Yes?
You mentioned no exercise?
Minimal. Like if you want to do walking or if you want to do some minor weightlifting, you can do that. But I don't mean going to the gym and hot and heavy. 80% of your health is what you eat. 20% of it is exercise. So my husband is 6'2", and he's about, well, I'm not going to tell you his weight, but he's a big burly guy. And he can go to the gym, go to the gym, go to the gym, and yes, he may gain muscle, but he's not losing weight. And so it's really important that what you put in your body, it's 80% of that is what you eat. Yeah. Yes?
Does it work with CrossFit? Would that be considered too strenuous?
It might, but what we do is we adjust it. We have supplement foods. You're eating about 1,000 calories a day, and we have supplemental foods that you will add in while you're losing weight. While you are on ketosis, it goes in and it burns the fat. And so while you're on ketosis, so we have about 1,000 calories where that is concerned. If you're doing CrossFit or you're doing some sort of training, we just add another packet so that you're getting a little bit more protein. Any other questions so far? Okay. All right. These are the videos that come. This is the doctor from Ideal Protein. He is knowledgeable way beyond what I could ever be. And you will get those daily videos when you're on the protocol, phase 1 through 4. As I told you, this is our coaching staff, Dr. Tran, Olivier Ben Lulu, and myself. And we are located all over the United States. Like I said, it started in France, migrated over to Canada, and then has trickled down into the United States. So a lot of people still don't know about it, but it's becoming very well known, yes.
Are you a franchise of the company, or do you have a license?
You do have to go through a training, and I do have a license, yes.
So
Yes.
they license the product and the information to you?
They do, and this is a medically managed program. So the chiropractor that I was with for a few months before he joined the other chiropractic clinic, he is my medical provider. So if I have, when you fill out a health profile, he oversees it to see if you should be on this program or not. And I don't take, I'm very selective on my clients. On a scale from 1 to 10, if you're not on a 10, if you're not at a 10, ready to do this program, I won't accept you because you're not ready to do this program. If you're an 8 or a 9 or are kind of interested, I'm not going to accept you until you're a 10 because you're not going to put the effort in there. And it'll fail, and I don't want you to fail, I don't want to fail, and I don't want the program to have a bad name. So that's not to say that I don't have 100% success, because I don't. Things happen in life. Like I said, we have a support group, and we have a scale that you could buy. We also have these bands, and this is my drawing for this morning.
Speaking of which, if you would like to be part of the drawing and win the band, please throw your business card in here or your name on a piece of paper, and we will do a drawing.
Yes.
What is the band?
It will track your steps and your water and it's a tracker. It's like a Fitbit, okay? $45 value. I don't know if I should say that or not, but anyway, I did. Okay, so I have some trivia questions for you this morning. Let's test your knowledge. How much water do you think you should drink in a day? Does anybody know? Yes, sir.
I know because I've been on it for years.
Okay.
I drink 12 glasses a day.
And how many ounces is that total? Do you know?
60 probably.
60? Okay.
60.
64 is the minimum, and you should be drinking half of your body weight, okay?
What?
Half of your body weight. That's how much water you should have.
In ounces.
Okay? In ounces. Yes. I'm sorry, I should put that in there. Yes. Water is so important. A lot of times people think, oh, I'm feeling, ill because of this or because of that. But water is so important because it gets rid of your body toxins. It gives you healthy skin, it fights infections, it boosts your energy, it helps your heart, it prevents joint pain, it helps you lose weight, it prevents constipation, it reduces your risk of cancer, and it improves your productivity. So water is really important. Even if you are not going to go on a diet or a health program, cutting out simple things like soda, drinking more water, eating more vegetables, eating less processed food. Our bodies do not handle processed food. That's why we are in a state of obesity that we're in, because our bodies are not designed to handle processed food at all. The number one culprit or the biggest addiction in life is what? As far as taking something, what do you suppose it is?
Sugar.
Yes, it is. All carbohydrates become sugar, and this is also in these handouts. I'm kind of going through this. In the year 1905, people ingested 5 pounds of sugar. In the year 2013, how many pounds do you suppose?
65.
500.
You're pretty close, 150 to 200. And that was in 2013, and it has gone up since then. Sugar is worse than being a cocaine addict, because a cocaine addict will light up one area in your brain, sugar pinballs it, and it lights up everything. So sugar is so deadly. It's very important. Your body has 3 sources. It has glucose, it has muscle, and it has fat. And when you're on the ketogenic diet, it eats your fat naturally. I've had people on this program that they weighed in and they plateaued out 1 week, and so we do a review of what your week looked like. And it's usually a gentleman that comes in and says, well, here's the deal. I decided I would work out and that would just help. He didn't lose anything that week. Why not? Because your body on the ketogenic diet, it loses weight on its own. When you're working out, you lose weight and it combats each other, so you plateau out. So that's why I mentioned not a lot of exercise on this. You can do minor exercise, but not a lot, because your body takes care of itself if you let it. Set goals and crush them. We all have goals. We all have why we want to lose weight, and that's really important, just in everyday healthy living. Any questions? Yes. Yes. Whoever.
Compare ideal protein with the MetaFast.
I'm sorry, say that again.
How do you compare the ideal protein program with the MetaFast?
I don't have any knowledge about that program. So I don't know even how it works.
Okay.
Is it a ketogenic diet?
Yeah, similar.
Okay.
It's 5-in-1.
Okay, well, there's similarities. There's metabolic research is here in Lincoln, and they have similarities, but I don't know specifically about it, so I really can't answer to that.
So with ideal protein, do you have to stay on the products after you reach your ideal weight and transition out?
No, that's the beauty of this. You are on these supplements until you reach your goal weight, and that is phase 1. Phase 2, we add a regular product back in and take away a supplement for lunch for 2 weeks. Phase 3, we add your breakfast back in and take away the supplement. Phase 4 is maintenance, and you stay on that for a year to make sure you maintain your weight, because that's the hardest thing. You lose all this weight, you go back to, okay, I'm gonna go tailgate, I'm gonna go socialize with my friends, I'm gonna have all this food that I used to love, and it'll put your weight back on plus if you don't learn how to eat clean and healthy. So, good question. Did that answer your question? Yes, go ahead.
About water.
Yes.
So what kind of water usually do you drink?
Well, just tap water or drinking water is okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yes. Not usually bottled water, so,
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you.
yes.
What do you supplement you talked about like adding your meals back in, so when you're not having your regular meals, what are you supplementing? Like what are the products?
What are the products? That's a good question. We have over 80 products, and if you go onto the website, it'll show you there's soups, there's chips, there's candy bars, there's drinks, there's 80 different products. I serve, I just stock the most frequently liked ones, because I can't, I have a little suite, so I can't stock all 80 of them. And honestly, some people have never bought like a leek soup. I've never sold a leek soup in my whole life, so it's disgusting. But anyway, I don't know how many of you tried the bars back there. Those are health bars. Those are health food bars. So the food is pretty good. And you can put your 2 cups of vegetables in like your soup, or you can get it in your salad. It's delicious. So thank you for asking. Any other questions? Go ahead.
So are you saying that we could do this without a lot of supplements?
Okay, so you're not getting, well, you are on supplements. That is the protocol. You will have 3 packets of a supplement, because you're not eating all the regular food. You are having ideal protein supplement packets, and that's a food of some sort, like a bar, a chip, a soup, a drink. And I can show you, to get the visual, I can show you all my products afterwards if you're interested. And then you need to have vitamin supplements, because you're not getting this in your regular food, of potassium, CalMag, omegas, and a multivitamin. Those are the 4 mandatory while you're on this protocol that you need to have, because you're not getting that in your daily regular food.
What
Yes.
about prebiotic foods and probiotics? These products that you're providing are processed, so we don't have real food and fermented vegetables and things like that to keep our microbiome going.
Well, you will have vegetables. On this, okay, so I'll just give you an overview, and this is the packet that you will receive if you decide to do the protocol, and everything is in here, but it has your meal plan of what you do. So for example, in the morning, when you get up, you will have an ideal protein packet, like one of those bars that you had back there. And tons of water. Start drinking your water, and you'll have a multivitamin and a potassium. That's your breakfast. That's it. At lunch, you will have another packet of some sort, an ideal protein packet. That can be a soup, a chip, a drink, whatever. You will have 2 cups of vegetables from the list provided, either fresh or frozen, and you will have unlimited lettuce. That's your lunch. For dinner, you will have an actual protein, and it's all listed in here of what meats you can have. 5 to 8 ounces. You will have 2 cups of vegetables from the list, unlimited lettuce. You will have your supplements again of a multivitamin, 2 omegas, 2 CalMags, and then before 8 o'clock at night, you will have a snack. And that's another ideal protein product. And then you're done. It's not healthy to eat after 8 o'clock because your body needs to reset itself. It's not designed to break down food clear into the night. But the packet, everything is right in here as far as what you follow. Did that answer your question? We've done all the scientific, yes, it's processed food, but they've done all the scientific part of it as far as what you need to actually have to lose the weight. If that makes sense. No? Sort of?
Oh, well, I was just
Okay.
curious too, if it's a ketogenic diet, why don't you call it ideal weight instead of ideal protein?
Because you get more proteins, you get the extra protein in these packets.
But if you provide all the protein, your body doesn't need to burn fat, right?
It does need to burn fat, yeah. I mean, they've done all the scientific part of it as far as how much to put into the packets, what you need for your body to burn. They've done all that scientific, and I am not a scientist at all, so I don't even have a clue, about all the scientific parts of it, but they've got that all figured out. If that's a question I could follow up and get for you.
So is this program high protein?
It is high in protein now.
High protein
Mhm.
diet?
Yes. Yep. Yes.
So is each packet individualized based on height, weight, age, gender?
The packets are, I should have brought a box, but they are, no, that is not the case. They are processed due to the scientific of, how many calories are in it, how much protein is in it. They've done all that scientific work. And what you do each week is you buy 14 packets of an unrestricted protein, 7 packets of a restricted protein. And they've done, like I said, all the scientific work of how that all goes into, losing weight and whatnot. But all the nutritional facts are on each box.
But the serving sizes are the same?
Yes.
If you're
Yes.
350 pounds or 200
Yes,
pounds?
that is correct. Yes. The heaviest person I've ever had in my program was 400 pounds, and he lost half of his body weight. He could barely get on the scale, and he could barely get on the scale the first day he was there, and he lost half of his body weight. So I have his picture up in my office. But just to give you an example, my husband's a lot bigger than I am, and I can only eat like 5 ounces of meat of the protein. The guideline, when you eat your actual protein at night, is 5 to 8. He would probably want a little bit more. The funny thing is, when my people come back week after week, I'll say, did you eat your 3 packets this week? Did you eat your 4 cups of vegetables? No, I didn't. Well, why not? Well, I really wasn't hungry. You have to have it because your body has, your body needs that. If you're not feeding your body's gonna say, well, they're not gonna feed me, so I'm not gonna let go of the weight. So yes, that's the case. Yes.
You don't notice that when you're first on it, I can see where you're going with this, but when you're first on it, do you have any problem with acid stomach or upset stomach or feeling really, because that's quite an extreme dream change if you're not eating any food but 2 cups of vegetables and 2 cups of vegetables and some protein in them.
Yeah,
And the
well,
rest is all this, what is it, powder?
it's powder and you mix it with water. You have no dairy while you're on this program. You have no fruits because of the sugar content. But you have lots of different vegetables, and it's special vegetables. I mean, like, they don't let you have carrots because of the sugar in the carrots. Let's see. Do you have side effects? You have fatigue. The first 4 days as you're going into ketosis, you may have some side effects. A little bit of nausea, a little bit of fatigue, maybe constipation, no energy. But that's getting your body, that's the first week. After that, your body will adjust. And your body knows how to take care of itself. You need to let it. But the first week, it's kind of rough, the first 4 days. That's an excellent question. And if you can get past that, it's fabulous.
One more question.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Just to echo what she said about not being hungry. When my wife is on a ketosis diet, she's not hungry.
Right.
And she just loves it.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of carbohydrates she's famished.
Right. And people think I need to eat all the time. I need to have this food. You don't. Your body doesn't need all the food. We eat because we're stressed. We eat because, and that's one of the things when you do your weigh-in with me each week, I will ask, how are you feeling this week? What has happened in your life this week? Well, the dog ran away, my kids are this, my husband's getting on my nerves, blah, blah, blah. And so, I ate the whole refrigerator. Well, hello, yes, that will happen. Because we are, stress will affect us. But that's exactly right. Thank you. Thank you.
To enjoy Ginger Focus Week.
Thank you.
So thank you for being here. Terry's going to be around. If you have more questions for her, please come up and visit with her one-on-one. And I'm sure she's got contact information. And you want to do your drawing?
The winner is Steve Hawkins.
We'll be here again next week at this time, so please join us again next week for Kelvin Kemp. Bring your financial questions. I want to try to stump him, so we'll be here next week. Thank you for coming. Please hang around as long as you want. Network with one another, exchange business cards. Try to meet someone new before you leave. Thank you.